gentlemen, welcome to Nonsense This Week. As we witness the end of an era of calm during the Cold War, the question on people's minds is, did Détente actually work? Now, to answer this, we need to look back on what Détente was and what its original purpose was. So let's go back for a minute. It's 1972. We've not only gone through the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, but also the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia in 1968. Kennedy's been assassinated, Khrushchev is gone, and now we have Richard Nixon as our current US president, and Leonid Brezhnev as our current leader of the USSR. The USSR trying to save the relationship, while the US are too busy trying to save themselves along with their reputation. That's when Détente officially came in. As a French word for relaxation, it lived up to the name perfectly, and it was a period of time where the US and USSR wouldn't attack or invade any other nation or each other. So, what did happen during this time? First, there was SALT I, also known as Strategic Arm Limitation Talks 1, which marked the beginning of Détente. This was a talk between the US and the USSR decided early in Nixon's presidency to talk about nuclear weapons. It was the first step to reaching positive goals, with them agreeing on A and B systems only being allowed in 2 sites at a time, with each site only allowing 100 missiles. There was also a 5-year freeze on ICBMs and sub-launched missiles, but for some reason they just forgot to put limits on strategy bombers and the MIRVs. Well, following on from that, we had the Helsinki Agreements in 1975, following on from Nixon's visit to Brezhnev in Moscow in 1974. Here they made their intentions clear to keep Détente for as long as possible. They, along with 33 other countries, agreed to respect human rights and basic freedoms and closer economic, scientific and cultural links. The USSR even went on to accept the existence of West Germany. And then we had SALT II, which had its treaty officially signed in 1979. I was during the term of Jimmy Carter, everybody's favorite peanut farmer. This time, the US and USSR actually acknowledged the existence of strategic bombers and MRIVs, and so put limits on them accordingly. They also banned the creation of new ICBM launchers and limits on displaying new types of strategic offenses. But SALT II was never ratified.
Well, I wonder why.
The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979 ultimately led to the end of Détente. And there's the argument whether it had an effect on relations between the two nations, or it just didn't do anything. Well, personally, I think that Détente did improve relations between the US and the USSR, because it was an opportunity for them to interact with one another without it being in some sort of war conflict. That was until... Well, the ending couldn't have been that bad, right?
Can't go on like this, can it?
It can.